Welcome. It's the Deus Sports Show every Thursday, live from 6 p.m. to 8. I'm yours truly, Alvin's Deuce. And thank you for tuning in. Um, we got a lot to talk about. Um, we was back. I came back last week, and I'm trying to continue this and keep this consistent. Thank you for keeping it locked. Thank you for coming um, and tuning in with me tonight. Before I continue, I'm gonna do a quick prayer. Father God, thank you for your grace and mercy. You're worthy to be praised. I pray that you continue to protect our family on the outside and protect us as we go out and as we come in. Father God, continue to keep us healthy, keep us safe. The weather's nasty out there, and I pray that you continue to protect us and as the family, the Hosanna family. Um, we pray. I pray as that you continue to be with our spiritual mother, Semonette, and continue to be with her and heal her, and bring her and stay with her in this journey. Father, in Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right. We're back and better than ever. Thank you for tuning in. This is Do Sports Show. We're here on Hosanna Radio. You can also watch us on the Hosanna Radio YouTube channel live right now, and also on the Do Sports Show live on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna get right into it, man. I know we're in football season, but there's a lot of stuff going on NBA wise, and let's get right into it. Like I said, man, you ever been in a situation where um, there's a certain someone who um, is always acting a certain way, and for some reason, they're acting a certain way, but you know, it's the situation is such a complex situation where you just find a way to, you know, stop gap it or find a way to just curtail the situation for the current moment, and then after that see if that person can, learn from it, and you hope that that situation get fixed, correct? And so here's the thing: if you don't know what's going on, according to reports, Draymond Green has been suspended indefinitely. Um, I said it. Draymond Green has been suspended indefinitely. Um, from the Athletic, the title says Warriors Draymond Green suspended indefinitely for striking Suns Jusuf Nurkic in the face. And um, it says the NBA. This is by Shams Sharana. This was Shams and Anthony Slater and Sam Amick. The NBA has suspended Golden State Warriors for Draymond Green indefinitely for striking the Phoenix Suns center Jusuf Nurkic in the face during Tuesday's game. The league announced Wednesday. Joe Dumars, NBA executive vice president and head of basketball operations, said in a statement, Green's repeated history of unsportsmanlike acts was the factor in their decision. Green's suspension will begin immediately. The NBA said he will be required to meet a certain league and before he returns to play. The 33-year-old is expected to receive counseling and work with the Warriors and NBA while suspended, league sources said. What led to Green's ejection and suspension? Green appeared to be grappling for post positioning against Nurkic near near the corner and swung around and nailed Nurkic in the face with a wild right arm. Nurkic went down in the heap and stayed down for about a minute. Officials stopped the game for a review, but it did not take long. Green was ejected and didn't even dispute dispute it. He ran straight to the locker room. Following the game, Green apologized to Nurkic. He said it was unintentional and that he was trying to sell a foul by flailing his arms. As you know, I am not one to apologize for things I meant to do, but I do apologize to to Joseph because I didn't intend to hit him. Green said, "I sell calls with my arms." How surprising is this decision? Question mark. So, how long is indefinite? That's the tricky part about reacting to the league's ruling, as the mystery about the length of Green's suspension means we simply can't form an opinion of whether they got it right. It does send this strong message, though. The NBA is in charge of his non his on court future here. They'll be the ones forming a protocol that determines when he returns and letting him know what it will take for him to be given the privilege of playing in the association again. This is somewhat similar to the way the league handled John Morant during the Memphis Grizzlies star recent off-court drama. He was given a 25-game suspension with the disclaimer that it could be longer if he doesn't convince league officials that he had truly addressed the problem at hand. Rather than set a schedule for players' return and let them stare at the clock until it's time to play again, they attempt to inspire more buy in from the player by taking this tack. The National Basketball Association doesn't typically approve of this approach as it leaves the vast majority of the power in the hands of NBA Commissioner Adam Silver and is vague enough that the player is forced to deal with the uncertainty of not knowing what lies ahead. What that means for Golden State. The wobbling Warriors are 10 and 13 and stuck in the 11th place and will be without their second most important player for a large chunk of time. I'd expect this absence to last into the new year. That's a major problem for this team. They're 2-6 this season in games Green has been ejected or suspended. If they can't reverse that trend and figure out a way to climb around 500 and the next month, general manager Mike Dunleavy will face some major roster direction and of the franchise questions as the trade deadline nears, where Warriors owner Joe Lacob is currently paying a record tax bill for a non-playoff team that is unraveling at the seams. This seems untenable. Steph Curry has a large task in front of him. Salvage the season while Green serves an indefinite suspension, and Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins try to dig themselves out of deep slumps. Who fills in? And this is another major opportunity for Jonathan Kuminga to jumpstart his career. Kuminga's playing time had been limited for about a month, but has broken out in recent games, closing the last three and logging in 29 minutes in the Phoenix as part of the declarative youth movement. Steve Kerr's bench the struggling Thompson, Wiggins, and Looney in crunch time and went with Kuminga, uh, Podziemski, Chris Paul, and Dario Saric next to Curry. I'd expect Kuminga to immediately move into the starting lineup while Podziemski and Moses Moody's minute keep increasing. It's time for the Warriors to lean younger for the sake of the current moment of their unknown future. All right. Well, I'm just gonna really just look into this from my perspective, as you guys are here to see. Um, at the beginning of the year, right? We've seen what happened with Draymond Green. Draymond Green, he is the new age Dennis Rodman. He is the new age um 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 enforcer in this league. We all know how Draymond Green is, and we've come to a point where you know it's like, how can I say this? Like, we knew, it's like, I can't call somebody a bully, but we knew that there was this one. There's always, like, if you're playing in a sport, if you're playing um a basketball game, or on a basketball team, or a football game, a football team, there's always that one guy that's like you're intimidated by, or there's always that one guy that has that intimidating factor, right? And Draymond Green has become that guy, right? And Draymond Green, right, we have come to a point where it's, and I've always said this, and I've always been like that from when I was playing. I, when it comes to star players and players who have talent, they can literally get away with everything, and that's pretty much um, what Draymond Green has fell into. He was one of the players that pretty much got away with everything, and the reason why I say he got away with everything is because his talent, because he was a good player, because he was a star player. Star players get away. It's a fact. It's part of the NBA. It's part of sports in general. If you're a star player, you get away with more than the lesser players, the lesser talented players. That's just a fact. That's just what happens. It's always been that way, and it always will be that way, unfortunately. But here's the thing: there's a star player who gets away with everything, but then certain star players who is literally doing something more and more egregious, and he still ends up getting a slap on the wrist. And that's what happened with Draymond Green, in my opinion. In my opinion, I feel like he's been in so many situations, and it's like we've been to the point where, it's Draymond Green. But my thing is, like, it's to the point where it's like, okay, when is it enough? When is enough with Draymond when it comes to Draymond Green? When is it enough? When is enough is enough? You get what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie to you. This year, in the beginning of the year, when he played Minnesota Timberwolves, when he chokehold Rudy Gobert. When I seen that, I was like, bro, what's up with Draymond, bro? Draymond tripping. That was my first thought. My first, you know, thought process. I'm like, man, this man turned around and choked the man. But when Steve Kerr came to the podium, he said that the reason why he choked him was because he saw that Rudy Gobert was about to go and choke Klay Thompson. So before he did that, he turned around and said, "Oh, you was about to choke my dog? Okay, I'm gonna turn around and choke you." Right? So that's what happened. So, and behind the closed doors, even though it looked egregious, they looked at it like, okay, he was just standing up for a teammate and whatnot. Right? But I'm pretty sure Steve Kerr and everybody else in the organization probably could have been like, you know what, you don't have to go that above and beyond for it. Like, okay, Udonis, you doing it. Udonis always stepped up for the teams. He always stepped up for his players, but he never did it to the point where it put the team in jeopardy. And he never did it. It was never to the point where it affected the team's wins and losses. And I feel like that's what's going on with Draymond. Draymond has put the Golden State Warriors in multiple positions and multiple messed up positions where it affects their wins and losses. But I kid you not, because of like if they weren't winning championships, he probably wouldn't have been a Golden State Warrior anymore, right? If he wasn't a key player for the Golden State Warriors, he probably wouldn't he probably wouldn't be looked at the way he's looked at. And he is very how can I say it? Calculated. And the reason why I say he's very calculated because when he had a chance, he had multiple chances to leave. He had multiple chances to 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 leave and go to um a different team and whatnot. But he said no. I'll stay in Golden State and I will only score my 8, 9, 10 points and have my 10 rebounds and my 5 to 10, no, 7 to 10 assists. Because guess what? This team is what makes me Draymond. This team is what makes me me. Right? And it's smart on his part that he saw that. It's smart on his part that he saw that being on this team is what makes him him. Granted, I'm not taking away the fact that he's a great player, but what I'm saying is he understands that the same impact he would have on other teams is not the same. The impact that he would have on other teams is not the same. Not the same that as if it would have been with Golden State. So now he stays with Golden State. So now when he stays with Golden State, right? When he stays with Golden State, they win championships. Now, when you win more championships, what do you have? You have more leeway. Period. Point blank. You can't receive any criticism because guess what? Hey man, he won a chip. He won a championship. He got 4 rings, and he's part of those. He's part of the reason why they have 4 championships. So when you're in that situation, you're kind of like royalty. You can punch somebody in the face, and don't and say you're sorry, and move on. Let's not forget. Okay, this year he did what he did, and now he's out indefinitely. But let's not forget last year when he punched Jordan Poole in the face. He punched Jordan Poole in the face, and instead of Draymond Green getting traded out, who gets traded out? Jordan Poole. So it's like my thing is like this. What? Why are we like who? Like now you want to suspend him indefinitely? Now it's a big deal. Now, but my thing is like he's done the multiple situations. He's done multiple things to get to have given him a reason to be suspended indefinitely back then. So now it's like okay, you starting to realize okay, now we have a problem. We didn't have to. We didn't think about that when he punched somebody in the face. Like, granted, we don't know what's going on, but clearly something's going on with Draymond Green. Something is causing Draymond Green to have so much anger to the point where he does something or acts out in certain ways, right? And now, you know, in my opinion, like he's a great player, and I'm not gonna come here and try to make it seem like his actions defines his character, and all this stuff defines his character, and all this stuff defines him and who defines him and attributes to who he is as a person. He probably is a great person, if you get to know him. But I'm here to talk about the stuff that is happening on the court, stuff that is happening in practice. I'm here to talk about the stuff that is happening in your while you do your doing your profession, while you are in there, clocked in and as an NBA player, even whether if it's in practice or on the game. So let's not get it twisted. I'm not here to attack somebody's character. I'm not here to attack somebody's as a person and whatnot. I'm here just to bring up and to talk about what is being exhibited on the court and in practice, if I'm not mistaken. Like there, I mean, come on, let's be real with it. Draymond Green punched a teammate, and it wasn't Draymond Green that got traded. Let's think. Let's really settle down and think about that for a second. Draymond Green, it was that was damn near assault on Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole didn't press no charges. Jordan Poole Jordan Poole ended up looking like a sucker. I'm just keeping it straight real with you, bro. He ended up looking like a sucker, even though Jordan Poole was like, man, it was something heated. He probably was like, it was heated. I said something. Okay, he punched me, whatever. You know, it is what it is. I don't know how Jordan Poole feels about that moving forward or whatnot, but clearly, you know, that's between him and Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. But at the end of the day, there was no charges that was brought up. He didn't press no charges. He kept it moving and moved on to another team and whatnot. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Last year, but the last year was the year they were defending their title last year, right? Let's be honest, man. Right? Jordan Poole the year before last, he was amazing, man. He was amazing, right? Steph Curry, I kid you not, man. I'm a basketball. I watch basketball. Steph Curry, he had Klay Thompson. Like Klay Thompson is his boy. That is his splash brother. He understands that. He acknowledges that. But I kid you not, bro. Let's not act like we didn't when Jordan Poole was on fire that year before last year. Let's not act like Jordan Poole wasn't a splash brother. We've all said that he's now a new splash brother. We didn't say that. Everybody said that, man, because he was shooting threes like Steph Curry. He was shooting threes like Klay Thompson, man. And Steph Curry was loving it. I used to watch games where Steph Curry, he's on the sideline and he's putting his hand up. He's like, yeah, that's my boy Jordan Poole. That's my boy Jordan Poole. And then they'll call timeout. And then Jordan Poole, he's you know, amping up the crowd like, yeah, yeah. And then Steph Curry coming to dap him up, and Steph Curry coming to congratulate him and whatnot. Steph Curry looked at it like, man, I got another player that I can count on. I got another player that that can shoot like me if I'm in a slump. I got another player that if I stay on the bench, he can come in and pretty much be like a little Steph Curry for 5-10 minutes. Let's stop with let's stop with this right now, bro. If anybody is listening to me right now and dare say Jordan Poole was not shooting the same way Steph Curry and Klay Thompson was, I kid you not, you don't know basketball. You don't know basketball because Jordan Poole was shooting and was playing as if sometimes you're like, damn, this man's shooting even better than Steph Curry. This man's shooting even farther than Steph Curry, right? And so it's like, that's why he got his $100 million deal, because he was playing so well. He was playing as if it was another Steph Curry on the court. So that is why they won that championship, bro. They won that championship because of Jordan Poole, right? And then Andrew Wiggins, playing out of his mind. But it all started with Jordan Poole. after Steph Curry, then but it all started with Jordan Poole. If Jordan Poole wasn't who he was, who wasn't playing the way he was playing, they would not have won that championship. They would not have won that championship. I don't care what nobody say. And Steph Curry's mindset was like, yes, we signed him to a 4-year deal. We got Jordan Poole. We got Klay Thompson working out. He's dealing with what he's dealing with. We got Andrew Wiggins. We got all these other players. We're good for another 4 or 5 years. I got my dog Jordan Poole. And guess what? Draymond Green, whatever his beef was, whatever he had going on in practice, I don't know what's going on. And mind you, that was the time that Draymond Green was working on his contract extension, whatnot. And then you had rumors saying that, Jordan Poole was the new Splash Brother and whatnot, this, that, and the third, and stuff like that. So it's like, there's people who said that, or even me. I'm not saying this is what it was, but my mindset was like, maybe this is just the thought. Maybe Draymond Green kind of felt threatened by Jordan Poole coming in, and all of a sudden he's being looked at in the limelight as, a new Splash Brother. But then Draymond Green's like, whoa, hold up, bruh. You're not, and then you're not gonna like. He probably was threatened by Jordan Poole. I don't know what happened. We would have to wait another 10, 15 years, 20 years when there's a documentary come out for this, and then we really know what happened. But sometimes it's even faster than that nowadays, how stuff come out. But my thing is like this. The Warriors were set up for the long haul, man. Right? They had a third Splash Brother, man. Like, seriously. They had a third Splash Brother, and he was playing phenomenal. And what happened? Listen, you guys don't understand. You guys don't get what I'm saying, because I don't know who's watching right now, but I feel like there's a drift. I feel like somebody here that's listening on the radio is like, where's Alvin trying to get at? Okay, this is what I'm trying to get at. The Golden State Warriors won a championship, right? Mitch, you follow me? Golden State Warriors won a championship. Steph Curry, he, for the first time in a while, besides Klay Thompson, he had another sidekick. He had somebody else he can count on that could shoot bombs, threes, the way he did at his level and at his volume, right? So his mindset was like, man, we struck gold with Jordan Poole. Sign him up. Give him a 4-year, $100 million deal, right? Then all of a sudden, we win a championship. We on top of the world. We could do it. We could do a repeat during the off season, during training camp, during preseason. Draymond Green, I don't know what happened between him and Jordan Poole in the practice, straight punched Jordan Poole in the face. Ladies and gentlemen, that right there, I kid you not, changed everything for the Golden State Warriors. Because throughout that season, Jordan Poole was not the same. I don't care what you say. That season last year compared to the year before was night and day. Two different people. That season last year was a guy who was pissed off throughout the year. He got his new deal, but he was pissed off. He's a man. When a man feels like they got somebody put down on him in front of the whole world, you trying to he's human at the end of the day, right? He probably during the games acting cool, acting stoic, staying to himself. All right, that's all cool and dandy and whatnot. But inside at home, that man feels some type of way. He probably feels like, damn, bro, I got punched in front of everybody, and then somebody, like, if I understand if there was no video, okay, that's cool. But there was somebody out there that was recording this and put it out for everybody to see. So now guess what? His mindset like, damn, everybody looking at me like I ain't fight back. He, exactly. Making it look like you saw, as Mitch said, right? Making it look like you saw. So now, there's people that understand and whatnot, but there's those other people that saying, bro, you ain't hit back, man. Come on, bro. How you let that man? You don't think he's thinking about that? There's a psychology behind that. And in my opinion, the way he went from shooting like Steph Curry, bro. I kid you not. We was calling the man, we was calling him a splash brother. I remember all of this, man. We was calling him a splash brother. He was the new splash brother. Now all of a sudden, he went down to scoring 10 points a game, always mad on the sideline, this and that. I see Steph Curry talking to him, getting mad at him and whatnot. Draymond Green, he's there. He's putting his hand out during timeouts. Jordan Poole walking, and he's just skipping Draymond Green, not giving him a handshake. So there was tension there, man. And guess what? Who was behind all that? Who changed the fortunes of Golden State Warriors? Right? Who changed who caused them to lose the championship that year before the year even started? Draymond Green. Right? And guess what? Right? Jordan Poole gets traded and not Draymond Green. Jordan Poole gets traded and not Draymond Green. Draymond Green gets a new deal. Right? There's something that I saw. I always tried to figure it out. Right? And the reason why, I always looked at it and I'm like, what was that? Like, I don't get it. It's something I always saw. And I never could put my head around it, but to this day, I'm like, man, something was behind that, right? And you know what it was? It was the Golden State Warriors general manager. What's his name? Bob Myers. Bob Myers was with the Golden State Warriors from 2013 to 2021. During his term as the general manager and president for the Golden State Warriors, they had 474 wins and 237 losses, a win percentage of 66%, 7 playoff appearances, and 3 championships in his 9 years. Right? If you're winning and you have won 3 championships as an executive, you're a fairly young guy. You're not an old guy, right? You don't have any health issues, right? Why are you leaving that team, that organization, when you're arguably one of the best general managers and executives, NBA executives in the recent year? In recent years, one of the best in the NBA. Why are you leaving the Golden State Warriors? And I kid you not, man. This is not a fact. This is my opinion, which I have a right to say, to bring up. In my opinion, I think the Jordan Poole situation was the last straw for Bob Myers. I could be wrong, because there's no reason you leave that situation. How do you leave that situation? How do you leave a situation where you won 3 championships in 9 years? How do you leave that as the head man? You built that team. You built that team. And you leave them after 3 championships? You know what? I start to try to look at different pictures. But what if Bob Myers wanted to get rid of Draymond Green? What if? This is just hypothetical. What if Bob Myers wanted to get rid of Draymond Green and ownership told him no? What if that happened? It had to be something like that for somebody like that to leave. Because you know why? The reason why I say that, I understand if you left and after that you're home with your family, spending time with your kids and whatnot. No, but you left and now you're with ESPN, going to doing different shows on game day and whatnot, NBA games and doing NBA games and whatnot, on a show that's gonna have you travel year round, just as if you was a NBA executive. So that means that you left, but you continued working. So if you could continue working, why didn't you stay with Golden State? It's like the worst thing that ever happened, and I'm probably the first person to bring this up, right? I don't think anybody else has thought about this, but the beginning of the end of the Golden State Warriors might have been when Draymond Green punched Jordan Poole in the face, and we're just witnessing the demise of the Golden State Warriors, of the Splash Brothers, of this generation's dynasty, right? We could be watching the demise and the end of this dynasty, right? Why? Because maybe they never really had to sit down and talk with Draymond Green and told him, yo, cut it out. Maybe Steve Kerr, I don't know. But you can't tell me every time he's in this situation, you can't tell me nobody had like a meeting and said, hey man, what's the meeting that everybody normally have when you're in a problem, and then as a family we sit you down and say, hey man, we're having a I forgot the word, but it's like you everybody cares about you, but you're unraveling at a rapid pace to the point we have to sit you down and all come together and have a meeting with you, right? And I feel like I'm trying to figure out, has it gone, like, did the Warriors, did Steph Curry, did Steve Kerr, did one of you guys really just never sat down and said, listen, we need to talk? I'm trying to figure out, has Steph Curry never talked to him and said, listen, man, you got to stop? Because every time Draymond Green is in these situations, I never see anybody really go towards Draymond Green and really get at him. Because guess what? If we did, we would have been talking about it. Because if they did, we would have seen it on video in front of everybody to see and be like, oh, Steve Kerr really was shouting at him. Oh, did you saw Steph Curry and Draymond Green going at it? You get what I'm saying? We've never seen that throughout everything he's done. We've never seen it. So what does that tell me? In my opinion, I'm starting to think maybe you guys never talked to him throughout this whole time. And this situation the way he acts is perpetuating and going to the point where it's like, man, this is happening more frequently. When he got suspended those 5 games and he chokehold Rudy Gobert, he came back to play. And I was like, man, let's see if this man really could just chill out. You know when I knew something was up? That he probably was going to get in trouble again? I don't know if everybody's seen it. There was a time, I forgot who he played, where he flopped so hard as if he got fouled. And he made it seem like he got hit. And he fell on the ground. And everybody was talking about it. Everybody saw that video of Draymond Green acting like he flopped, acting like he got hit. He fell to the ground. When I seen that, I'm like, oh man, I think Draymond Green's still on his antics, man. I kid you not. When I seen that video, him with on when he hit Nurkic, my first thought was like, how can you defend that? My mind said it's like, how can you get on the podium and say what happened? You literally turned around and whacked him. I'm talking about whack. I'm like, Draymond. And here's the thing. My mindset is like, I'm very big on this. If you see somebody's acting a certain way, I have to see something, some type of emotion. I look at Steve Kerr, I look at all the other people and whatnot, and I don't see like anybody snapping on him, bro. Where's the leader? Who's gonna be who's the one that's gonna snap on him? Like, bro, well, you effing up, bro. Cause guess what? I know Udonis would have. I know Udonis would have. I know Haslam would have. Haslam has snapped on Jimmy Butler before, man. Haslam has snapped on Jimmy Butler before, man. I've seen it. You know what? Who else has snapped on Jimmy Butler? Eric Spoelstra. You know why? Because we've seen it on national television. We've seen it for everybody to see. I've seen Eric Spoelstra get so mad at Jimmy Butler to the point where he took the clipboard. He took the clipboard and slammed it on the court at Jimmy Butler. Sometimes you got to get the message across, man. And I kid you not. I love Steph Curry, man. That's one of my favorite players for me to ever watch. And I hope one day I get to meet him and just give him a handshake and a dap. Be like, yo, you a great player, man. I respect you. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I've got to the point where it's like, it comes to this again. The Spider-Man quote, man. And I kid you not. Lately, I've been watching a lot of, I've been trying to watch movies with my wife and my kids and whatnot. My kids are at that age where they start to, kind of sit down and watch the movie. Like, oh, okay, yeah, we watch. You know what I'm saying? And when we watch movies, I like to look for little quotes because whenever you watch a movie, there's always a message. There's always a message. And, you always, just like try to find a message. You get what I'm saying? Once I see the message, I'm like, okay, it sticks with me and I remember it. And I apply it on life and I apply it in what I got going on throughout the day and stuff like that. But there's this one quote, and this is a legendary quote. We all know this from this said movie, from the original Spider-Man movie, where I think it was the uncle who said, with great power comes great responsibility. Right? With great power comes great responsibility. Steph Curry, you're the best shooter in the world and best shooter ever. You're the best player on the team. With great power comes great responsibility. Draymond Green is one of the best players on the team. But Draymond Green also causes the Golden State Warriors to get in certain situations and gets in certain situations that affects the bottom line. What the bottom line is wins and losses. Right? And when you get to that point where you're affecting the bottom line, which is wins and losses, Steph Curry, You're the best player on the team, the best shooter ever lived. With great power comes great responsibility. And you, out of everybody, I'm going to you. You should have put this man in line and checked him, man. And said, yo, you got to stop this ish, man. Because you're affecting our bottom line. You're affecting our wins and losses. And now you're out indefinitely. You are what makes the offense tick, Draymond Green. Let's not get it twisted. When Golden State Warriors is running in all cylinders, it's really when Draymond Green is running in all cylinders, man. Draymond Green is what makes the Golden State Warriors offense go. There's a reason why he has his notoriety. There's a reason why his name is big as it is. It's because he is a great player. Granted, I understand. He's always had to defend the bigger player. He has a great heart. He has a heart, man. And every player, every coach would love a player that has a heart, that's not scared of anybody, that's in the fight, that's going to fight, to give it all. But after a while, once he gets out of control, Steph Curry, with great power comes great responsibility. I put that on your shoulders, bro. That's on you, big dog. Because for time and time again, I've seen when situations happen, you're just like, you got the mouthpiece out. You know what I'm saying? And just watch. Nah, bro, you gotta check him, bro, in front of everybody. It don't matter, bro. Yo. And I remember there was one game where Jordan Poole we all see he was acting a certain way. Right? And I seen Steph Curry come and trying to talk to Jordan Poole. This is after he was ignoring Draymond Green, handshake, this, and that. I'm like, bro, y'all checking Jordan Poole, but you're not the one that got to live with the fact that you got punched. And the whole national media see that. It was time for him to go. Believe it or not. Whether you wanted it to happen or not, it was time for him to go, bro. It was time for him to go. And like I said, we're finna head in the break, but this situation with Draymond Green, it's a sad situation. But for me, I feel like he's gonna get his act together, and because he's a great player, and the Golden State Warriors, they need him if they're gonna be successful. But my mindset is like, see, a lot of people look at me as like, I'm about grace, because people will look at me and be like, "But where's the grace?" And I understand that he might be going through something. Maybe the Jordan Poole situation is bothering him. Who knows, right? For the people that's going to be like, "But where's the grace?" I get it. He might be going through something, but I'm also of the fact that, like, I guess I think business minded, because I came from the banking industry. I'm from, I worked at Chase Bank. Like, I came from the banking industry, and especially where I work at now too. From the banking industry to where I work now, we always, whenever there's a situation, we look at it like we hold it. You're going to be held accountable. Who's going to be held accountable for this that happened? Who's accountable? Who's accountable? And I'm just here holding people accountable. And I'm also expressing grace as well. He might be going through something and he needs to take a break, and I hope he works through whatever he's going through, and he will be better for it. But there has to be accountability. There's no accountability, there's no growth. If you didn't hear anything I said about this segment, if there's no accountability, there's no growth. Just stick with that. We're gonna take a quick break, and after that, we're gonna get into our next segment, and we'll be right back. This is the Dude Sports Show. Thank you for tuning in. We're live on Hosanna Radio and also Hosanna Radio on WSNDB YouTube and the Dude Sports Show on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back.
You are here, moving in mountains. I worship you. We make a miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. We make a miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. We make a miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. We make a miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Miracle worker, miracle worker. You are the miracle worker. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I can feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Touching every heart, healing every heart. You turn my life around, oh God, you are my way maker. You're the miracle worker. Touching every heart, healing every heart. You turn my life around, my God, you are my way maker. You're the miracle worker. We make a miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. You are the miracle worker. We make a miracle worker, promise keep, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are.
We're back. We're back. Back and better than ever. Switching gears, man. What in the world is going on in the NBA? Get it. I'm gonna get into a story. TMZ.com. Giannis Antetokounmpo melts down after 64 point night. Demands game ball from Pacers. Giannis Antetokounmpo went nuts on the court Wednesday night, dropping a career high 64 points. And then he went ballistic because of it, losing his mind after the Pacers wouldn't give him the game ball from the evening. The scene was wild. The Bucks superstar thought he was entitled to the basketball due to his historic performance and the 140-126 victory in Wisconsin. But Indiana Pacers players felt that their rookie, Oscar Tshiebwe, should get it for scoring his first ever NBA points. Giannis, who was incensed that the Pacers wouldn't hand it over, he actually ran down one of the first of form tunnels to insist that his opponents give it back. Leaked audio, a scuffle broke out while Giannis was screaming for the ball. And the Pacers coach Rick Carlisle told the media members his team's general manager Chad Bunchin took a shot to the ribs from a Bucks player amid the chaos. Giannis eventually ran out onto the floor to try to get someone to get him the ball, screaming at anyone who would listen. Ultimately, it's ultimately unclear who kept the memento. Giannis was even given a game ball, though he seemed to question whether or not it was the real one after all the commotion died down. I have a ball, but I don't know if it's the same ball, Giannis told reporters. It doesn't feel like the game ball to me. It feels like it's brand new ball. I can tell. I played 35 minutes today? I know how the ball felt. The ball that I have, which I'll take and give to my mom for sure, but I don't know if it's actually the game ball. Memorabilia drama aside, Giannis' night was truly one NBA fans will have a tough time forgetting. His 64 points broke Michael Redd's franchise record of 57. He added 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, and 1 block during the contest as well. Nonetheless, Giannis clearly wishes he was insured to have the real number one keepsake from the evening. So, wow. Um, this is different, man. I've never seen this one. I thought I've seen a lot of things, man. But the NBA, it seems to have something different. It seems to bring out something new every day, right? And my opinion is like, first off, this is ugly, in my opinion. This is ugly because you have a MVP player, right? He's a former MVP of the league, going crazy for a basketball and going crazy because it's like he broke a record, and not only he broke a record, but it was also his career high for his in points. But I think he wanted that ball one because he broke the record and now he's the all time highest scoring player in the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't think he got it because it was his career high. I think it was more of the fact of the record that he broke. Right? Mitch got something to say. Hold up. Go ahead, Mitch.
The reason why he didn't get the game ball because when I read the reason why, because the Pacers gave the game ball to the rookie because that was his first points he ever scored. So they gave the ball to him. So I guess the Greek freak was like, nah, man, I had 64 points. I need that ball too. So that's why they gave him another ball and they gave the rookie the ball.
But come on, let's keep it real. A bench warmer scoring his first 2 points is more important than the MVP of the league breaking the Milwaukee Bucks record for the most points ever scored by a Milwaukee Buck. Come on, man. Which one is more? Which one is more of a value, in my opinion? I feel like it's Giannis. But here's the problem. Here's the thing that I have. Here's this is like let's be real with you, man. I'm gonna be real, and this is something that see this is what I gotta say. Like when people listen to me and you listen to my content, I talk about things that nobody's gonna talk about. And the reason why I say I talk about things that nobody's gonna talk about, there's certain things that I see that nobody else sees, or if they do see it, they don't for some reason they don't bring it up. So now here's the thing with in my opinion, Giannis, right? Giannis is a MVP of this league. He's won a ring, right? But you gotta also remember, this is something I see because I watch basketball. I'm not saying y'all don't watch basketball, y'all don't see it. But when I watch a lot of things. I watch different aspects, right? I don't okay. LeBron. When you think of LeBron, who LeBron hang out with? He hangs out with Carmelo, Wade, Chris Paul, stuff like that. Like whenever you see certain players, they're always hanging out with other players, right? Like certain players have other players in the NBA that they hang out with. When you see Giannis Antetokounmpo, who does he hang out with? He hangs out with his brothers. I've never seen him hang out with anybody else. Maybe Chris Middleton, maybe. But besides that, it's his brothers. You get what I'm saying? Like, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he had once said something on like he had said something, and I promise you, I feel like this rubbed people the wrong way. This has rubbed players the wrong way. And everybody stay with them. Stick with me here. I'm trying to drive in a point. When he won that championship, and he went and sat down in front of those reporters, I ain't gonna lie to you. What he said some stuff, right? And what he said kind of um rubbed. I'm not like I don't know because nobody really responded to it, but he went after everybody that uh signed on to other teams. Like he went after the superstars that signed with other superstars, man. Right? And I kid you not, like the stuff that he said, I know it rubbed, I know it rubbed them the wrong way, right? Like, let me get you a SI article. It says Giannis on winning the NBA title. He said, "I did it the hard way, without super team." In December, Bucks forward Antetokounmpo signed a supermax contract extension to remain with Milwaukee. Over the years, NBA stars have jetted off to high-profile teams to chase and win titles. Antetokounmpo decided not to. After leading Milwaukee to its first NBA title in 50 years, the 2021 NBA Finals MVP while smoking a cigar with the Larry O'Brien Championship Trophy in his left arm and the Finals MVP on his right reminded the world why he chose to stay with the Bucks. He said, "I couldn't leave," Antetokounmpo told the reporters. "There was a job that had to be finished. Coming back, I said, this was my city. They trust me. They believe in me. They believe in us, even when we lose. The city was still on our side, and obviously, I wanted to get the job done. It is easy to go somewhere and win a championship with somebody else. It's easy. I could go to a super team, do my part, and win a championship. But I did it the hard way, right?" And when he said that, it rubbed a lot of players the wrong way. They might not admit it. Come on, man. We people, dog. We have emotions, bruh. LeBron James got emotions. Everybody have emotions, man. We human beings. At the end of the day, when they're playing basketball or whatever and whatnot, when they're home with their family, you think they're not talking about everything that's going down? Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. So now here's the thing, right? I remember there was another thing. He was something happened. I don't know if it was a All Star game or whatnot, and it was something Giannis did. Um, he wanted. I think he won the MVP, and he said something. He said something. Everybody in the background, they like they look down like what? Like what is he saying? Like I here's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that people, I feel like Giannis rubbed people the wrong way with what he said, and on top of that, he, in a way, kind of isolate himself in the association. Like I don't like as a superstar, I feel like he he's a loner. He rose with his brothers, his family, and that's it. So now the reason I'm bringing this up, if LeBron James broke a record for Milwaukee, right? And you have a rookie who scored his first points, right? You think you think that do you think that team, do you think those players for the Indiana would even dare to take that ball from LeBron James? Let's be real. I think I personally feel like with that situation, there's a respect factor that caused that situation to happen. There's a respect factor. Of course, they respect him as a person, as a player, and whatnot. But I feel like as a peer, the respect factor to say, "Oh no, he just broke a record for Milwaukee. The rookie took his ball. Oh nah, we nah, we 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 gonna give it to him. Like that's LeBron James. You get what I'm saying? Because guess what? In my opinion, I feel like they looked at it like, man, it's Giannis, man. Like I don't feel like they respect him the way they would respect. You think they would have did that to Jordan? Jordan broke the franchise record. You gonna take that ball from Jordan? You think they would do that for Kobe? You think they would have did that to LeBron? Right? You think they would have did that to Steph Curry? Come on, bro. We gotta look at this stuff. Look at it the different differently. I feel like Giannis rubbed people the wrong way, and by him saying what he said after he won the championship, it alienated himself with some people with some circles in the NBA player wise. They might not never admit it, but this is what I see. Because I guarantee you, they would not have did LeBron James that way. LeBron James not gonna be running around the stadium. Hey, I want my ball. Hey, this and that. Then the third. No, they're not gonna even let him. They would have even attempted that. Jordan would have never. Kobe, none of that. All all you would have seen is LeBron James, Jordan, Kobe would have just came, sat down, and somebody would have just came and walked the ball over to him. Hey, here's the ball. Oh, all right, thanks. Hey, get that for me. His team players, his teammates, or his assistants or whatever. Hey, get that for me. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like they don't respect Giannis the way they would respect other MVPs in this league. And me personally, I feel like it's because he alienated himself a little bit, especially after he took a shot, sent a shot towards the other players that team up together. How ironic. The other player that was preaching the same thing, that was preaching the same thing about um you know uh staying together, doing it the hard way, was Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard was the other player that was doing that when he was in Portland. He said, I'm staying here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Guess what? You traded him to Milwaukee with the other player, with another player that was all about staying home and whatnot, this, that, and the third. So that's how I look at it. I'm not looking at it any other way. I'm looking at it like, man, behind closed doors, man, them NBA players don't really look at Giannis, don't respect Giannis as they would respect any other superstar. And that's how I see it. Because I read emotions. I look at mannerisms. I look at facial expressions and whatnot and stuff like that. I could be wrong, but this is how I see it. That's my opinion on that. Uh, but that's unfortunate that happened. And as an NBA organization and as an association, they got to do better with that. There's no way, like, if you have an historic night like that, and then on top of that, you're at Milwaukee. How do you let an Indiana player take a ball that was from a historic night? Security, somebody would have should have seen that they took the ball and would have went, hey, no, we need that ball, but that's for Giannis. Giannis just wanted, we need that for history. You can't take that. You get what I'm saying? There should have been some type of regulation with that. And that's on the NBA. That's on the NBA Association to moving forward to figure something out with that. When you see a historic night is upon you and is on the horizon, now you have to start think. Okay, well they might want the ball. We might have to get the ball. This and that. Don't let anybody leave the court with the ball. Like you start having teams doing that. Like, come on, man. This is 2023. Everything is value. Everything is value now, man. Everything is value. It doesn't matter what it is. Everything's value. Thank you for tuning in once again. Like and subscribe. I was here today on the I was live on WHSNDB Hosanna Radio on Facebook Live. I also was live today on the Miami Hosanna Church of the Nazarene on YouTube, and I also was live on a Do Sports Show on YouTube. Subscribe, like, man. Come on, man. Support. Thank you. Um, this will, my podcast will also will not be on my podcast stream. It will just be on YouTube today. Um, you know, uh, that's just how it was today. But um, moving forward, we'll have different things for you. Once again, tune in on Thursday. Every Thursday, I'm here. I'll be fighting to be here and try to be more consistent. And and hey, life, man, stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be more consistent going into the new year. Thank you for tuning in to the Do Sports Show. Um, have a blessed night, and we'll see you next week.